you said to me, "You're a woke slave, Chud."
Unlike that piece of shit Haas, I can engage in an adult conversation. I gotta let you know, and I'm anonymous, but I'm on 100 milligrams of THC edibles.
What about puberty enhancers for autism?
Yeah, that's hilarious. What's the question?
Dr. K needs to be waterboarded repeatedly. You've got jpmorseman, yeah, be the serial killer call-in. You say yes, and then you say blackface. Oh. Hello. JP.
Hello.
Is that you? Hello, mate. How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Apologies for any psychotic things I've said to you or others. Didn't mean it. Can you
No,
hear me?
yeah, no, that's fine. I guess, like, let's grab the bull by the horns. You do have quite a unique presence in Twitch chat. What's that about?
I'm hearing an echo. Are you?
Oh, that's probably you. Might need to turn the stream off or something like that.
Sorry, I've never used Discord before. One
No, it's
sec.
all good. There's no rush.
Are we good?
Yes, we're good. Hello? Is that okay?
Yeah. So I watch good streamers, including you.
Okay.
I like to use humor that's dancing on the edge, and I'm between jobs. I have a lot of time on my hands.
Okay.
About all I got.
No, that's fine. Listen, I'm interested to dig into like some of this stuff a bit more. You are something of a legend. So, what when you sorry,
but if you don't mind, so my plan with Haas, whom I hate, I think he's a disgusting human, was to ask you to mute him, and then we were going to have a conversation using our real voices. I was going to interrogate you as to why you were using your real voice and not an autistic fake voice. We were going to have an adult conversation, then I was going to leave. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. What I was interested to know is you do have quite a unique style of chatting, and I'm just wondering, what's that about?
It's inflammatory.
Yeah.
You just pissing people off, getting a reaction, provoking people, sometimes saying things that I believe are true. On occasion, if I'm spamming you with boring, I think you're being boring, but I would only do that because you're capable of being not boring. And so I hold you to high expectations. That means every now and then I'm going to aim the Stinger missiles at you.
Sure, no, I understand.
But I don't do that anymore. I've decided to be a nice person. I'm kind of new to this whole internet stuff, even though I'm on the older side. I'm going to stop being a psycho.
Well, I just want to, if you don't mind, this isn't calling you out. I'm just interested to understand some things a bit better, okay?
Sure.
So there's one particular comment here that I just want to address. So you said to me, "You're a woke slave, Chud." What was that all about?
So I believe that Mr. Girl was on. I think he and Zonia, I think were getting, Mr. Girl was espousing his views, and he was getting into some transphobic territory because he doesn't believe in transness. And you were getting pretty uncomfortable with that. He and Zonia were starting to go back and forth because, he was careful. He didn't want to deny her humanity. But I thought you were being, a bit apprehensive at the potential of transphobia. And so I meant you were a slave to wokeness at that time.
Okay, sure. Just to be clear, like, I don't really care about having like a conversation about that. I just find conversations about gender to be fucking tedious, and I just don't care. I'm just like,
That's true, but I think you're also woke though.
Oh yeah, I'm woke for sure.
Which isn't a bad thing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I just don't really care enough to have like lengthy conversations. And the thing is like, it kind of escalated from me just making a few comments about his videos to this conversation, and then Jonya came on to talk about it. And eventually we managed to get it back round to talking about the Dr. K video. But yeah, no, that answers my question. So you were basically being critical of the concept that I was being a woke slave for that reason, right? I get it.
Oh yeah, just in that very specific instance when
Okay.
you had sort of Mr. Girl potentially dipping his toe into transphobia and you being the host of the show,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that you were being a bit apprehensive and thus in that moment acting like, let's say, a slave to sort of woke culture, which
Sure. I get
I
you.
generally agree with
Okay.
because, I'm pretty accepting. But in that moment, I did think you were a woke slave, and I like to say things as I see them.
That's fair enough. So I've got a wow, we've got quite an extensive list here. Let me ask you this. So let me read
Oh,
this
wow.
comment to you. What about
If
puberty?
it's personal, we're probably not going to be able to do it.
No, it's fine. Look, I've got no ill will towards you. Okay, whatever. We're totally. I
Oh
promise you, we're
no, but I
totally
mean,
chill.
just you're right. But anonymity is a cool thing, and I've never really been on the internet before, and I'm thinking this will be the only time.
Oh right, okay. No, there's nothing personal. There's no doxing. Okay, trust me. Okay, you can. It's just Twitch chats. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to read this one here. What about puberty enhancers for autism?
um, so that one, I believe the topic was puberty blockers
Okay.
for the potentially trans,
Yep.
and that's just pure absurdist humor.
Okay. Got it. I feel
So
you.
so either it's funny if you get what I'm saying, or it's
Hmm.
not, and it's one or the other. But it's within the greater perspective of this discourse on puberty blockers for the potentially trans.
Okay. Right. Let's.
And so if you like absurdist humor, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh,
And I
it
thought
is
it was.
hilarious.
So there you go.
Okay. So I'm just going to read this exchange. So you say ruin this man. Okay, and then you say the East is
That would be
worse.
Dr. K.
Yep, and then you say the East is work. Fuck the East.
So when I said work, I probably meant worse than the West, and that's just spamming shit.
Okay, that's cool.
Related to Eastern medicine. In terms of, I'm in America. I'm from, even though I live in kind of the West Coast, I'm from the East Coast. So I don't
Okay.
have anything against that direction to the right.
No, that's fine. Okay. Your answers are kind of matching up so far. I'm totally cool with that. So next up we got this
Yeah,
one.
see, I'm unlike that piece of shit Haas. I can engage in an adult conversation,
Good stuff.
and this is my real voice, sir. Oh wait, no, sorry,
No, listen.
that
Honestly,
piece of
I've got
shit.
no like. I am very neutral
No, I
reading
know,
these.
no,
If
I know.
anything, I find it funny.
No,
Okay.
I honestly, I appreciate that you likely do. Otherwise,
Mm.
you wouldn't give me 10 seconds.
Yeah, of course. It's just just I like to understand the method behind the madness. That's what I'm looking for here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So next up we got the East is worse than the West. Fuck Eastern anything. It's bad. What are your thoughts on that?
Similar to the West. So, in the context of you lampooning Eastern medicine, I'm
Yeah.
just getting inflammatory,
Okay.
etc.
So next up we got this comment. Dr. K needs to be waterboarded repeatedly.
So that one, so it's absurd shock humor.
Yep.
Fact is, it's actually to me very. So I'm hardline anti-torture. One of
Right.
the most embarrassing things about the U.S. is what we've done, especially like at Black Sites Cobalt, which we opened right after 9/11.
Damn.
So unfortunately, that's a joke that, and I know a decent about this stuff. That's a joke that I would probably take back because personally, I don't
Okay.
like waterboarding. I don't like anything that's close to torture.
Mm-hmm.
And they called that enhanced interrogation. We don't need to go down a rabbit hole, but that's just going along with the joke of he needs to be, disbarred, have his license revoked, blah blah blah. But I
Mm-hmm.
like to make it, and I happen to know more about, let's say, waterboarding in a CIA black site, etc.
Okay. So look, this one. I think the next one is probably going to be one of the more controversial ones. So I'm just going to throw it up there. Dr. K is a white is a white man in makeup.
Yeah, that's hilarious. What's the question?
I'm just. Is this what's the thinking behind this one?
What do you think the joke is?
Well, I'm guessing the joke is something to do with the fact that Dr. K is doing some sort of brown face. Is that it?
Well, yeah, but keep going. Do you really need me to spell out the whole joke?
And I
It's
believe.
it's that it's that for years or so on camera, every morning he's been applying full body paint to be a pretend, person with more melanin versus someone who isn't. Brown,
Okay.
yeah, it's brown body, it's not brown face.
Yeah, because I can see here you got full body brown paint, unreal, fake Indian.
Yeah, exactly. That's the joke. That's probably the greatest joke of all time. Um,
Okay.
there's nothing against Indians. Melanin's cool. It's just a fucking thing.
Okay. Cool. But okay. So just to confirm, you've decided that actually you're going to go a bit against like this kind of humor. Then, what's your plan going forward in Twitch chat?
Mm, well, it's a great question to ask about my future aspirations regarding something this important. Um, I think that when it comes to being mean, saying like you're being a boring fuck, I should stop doing that because it's rude. And so I'm going to stop. When it comes to, I see a potential for a great joke and it needs to happen. But I've decided to stop being a pain in the ass for someone like you who's doing your job. I respect work. It's one of the big reasons I don't respect Infrared. He's never held a job, and he's 25 until this streaming, which he doesn't act or treat like a job, rather.
Okay. Oh, hang on a sec. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
What are you
but
sorry about?
there's
Why are you
more.
sorry?
There's more. We need to get to the bottom of this. Okay. Is the
You
Mr.
gotta
M?
trap me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I hope
let's
you don't
go.
mind. This is very interesting. Everyone's
I don't.
enjoying
I
this.
don't
Okay.
mind it. So, but just I gotta let you know, and I'm anonymous, but I'm on 100 milligrams of THC edibles, so I'm pretty high. Let's keep going.
Okay, no problem. As long as as long as you're in a fit state to continue with this conversation.
Oh, and don't you worry, I'm a veteran. Keep going.
Okay, good. Yeah, you built different. Yeah.
Well, built differently, if we're going to use grammar, and no, not necessarily. Go ahead.
Okay. So you've got Islamist ML is my gang.
Well, did you need me to elaborate, or do you think I'm what's alluding to a certain joke of a streamer when I say that?
Okay,
What do
well,
you think?
maybe it's about Haas.
What do you think?
I reckon that's about Haas.
Welcome to Chud
Yes,
Nation.
sir. You smart man.
Captain
Keep going.
Terrible gifted a tier
And then
1
someone
sub to
replies,
Carter.
"Go blow
They have
yourself up,
given 91
jihadist."
gift subs in the
Is
channel.
that you? That's someone else. And then you're saying jihad over facts.
So, right, that was referring to you and Dr. K, which is that
Right.
you've been going on a jihad against him, not in a bad way necessarily, but it's just, I don't care about facts. I don't really care about what he's doing. I'm just in it for the jihad fun. But I would never, the thing you said, someone chatted XYZ, I didn't chat that.
Okay.
So let's be pretty clear.
And then we've got here, you've got jpmorseman, yeah, be the serial killer call in. You say yes. And then you say blackface. Any idea of the context of this one?
Honestly, that one I don't remember, but my
Okay.
guess, I have no memory. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You didn't know. You've got 100
But I
milligrams of
mean,
THC.
in the right context, those kinds of jokes are extremely funny. So I have nothing to regret there, but I just don't remember.
And then we got, we love Mr. Girl, punish this fucker. This caller is evil.
I don't remember, unfortunately.
Okay. Was it because you were high, do you think, or?
I mean, whether I was or
Captain
was not, I
Terrible
would still
gifted a tier 1 sub
type
to him
random
really
shit.
important.
I
They
would
have
need to
given
know the
92
context
gift
of
subs in the channel.
who was saying what at the time.
And the final one I've got here is, I'm not racist. I'm a tiny bit Islamophobic, and I know that's bad, and I'm working on it.
Yeah, so that one we can unpack. So the first part of it, I'm not racist. Do you have any questions or no? But Well, I'll pause there. Questions, thoughts?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. Oh, I understand. So you're not racist, maybe just a tiny bit Islamophobic, but it sounds like you've got some questions about the concept of Islamophobia in the first place.
So one, definitely not racist. Two, when
By the
it
way,
comes
so
to
sorry, can I just ask, how do you know for sure you're not racist?
It's a good question. I guess when I go outside and I interact with people, especially these days in the pandemic, which is not that many people, uh, I'm I'm faced with a pretty random assortment of people, and I either hate them or I really like them, and it has nothing to do with their melanin count. And so,
Right.
and that's been true my whole life. And I'm, not young. So I've never experienced a racist urge or thought before. That said,
Chud
I guess
trying
it
to
could
convert
rain
an
down on me
innocent
at any
man to
time.
racism.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's a good answer. But yeah, I mean, so what you're saying is your concerns about Islamophobia are about.
Yeah. So, well, so the definition of Islamophobia is fear or hatred of Muslims, the people. I don't have that, and so I shouldn't use that word.